Hi guys, me again. So today we are making yogurt. Yay! I've only done this one time before and I was so nervous to try it. Everybody kept on telling me how easy it was and I thought yeah, I guarantee I'll mess it up. But I made it and it was super simple and it didn't take as long as they said it would do. I don't know if that's because I used a smaller amount of milk. I'm not sure. Anyway, so today in here I have got 800 millilitres of milk. These are only small slow cookers. I've got 3. So yeah, they're only small and I want to add some yogurt to it later. So 800 millilitres is great for this. I've put it on high and I am going to leave this for about 4 hours. Now all the recipes I read, you've got to get it to 180 degrees and you've got to do this and I haven't got a thermometer, I haven't got anything like that. And this is what I did last time and it worked perfectly. So we're going to try it again, try and keep it nice and simple and without having to buy loads of stuff to make yogurt. But I've used my full fat milk in here. I think I've mentioned in another video that you can use skimmed and semi-skimmed milk. You'll get like a runnier yogurt, but that's fine because you can always strain it, which I'm going to do with this later. But yeah, that's it. 800 millilitres of milk in there. I put it on high and I'm going to leave it for about 4 hours. So I've got my joint of pork out here. I've cut 600 grams off this. I just cut a wedge and that's how much it weighed, 600 grams. I've got it in my slow cooker. I'm going to do some pulled pork baguettes later. I've got some nice park baked rolls that I'll put in the air fryer and cook. I've just added some water and some all-purpose seasoning, just a couple of teaspoons. To give it that extra flavour, and I've put it on high, and again I'm just going to leave it, and it doesn't matter how long this is in here because it'll just get tender and tender and tender. Oh, and tonight's going to be gorgeous. There's rind on it, there's fat on the top, this rind, so what I might do is I might cut that off in a bit and put it in the air fryer to crisp it up. Beautiful. So this is my other piece of pork here that I've got left. And what I'm going to do with this is that I'm just going to wrap it up and freeze it because I want this for a Sunday roast, and I think there's about 1.2 kilos here of meat, and that'll be perfect then for Sunday dinner. I could make a curry with it, I could turn it into casserole, I could make it into sandwiches. There's loads of options. But I just don't need it yet, so I am gonna wrap this now and put it in the freezer. Yeah, so the past couple of weeks have been crazy busy, and I do kind of a rough meal plan. I know what we've got in the freezer, so if anything crops up and I need to change it, I absolutely can. Nothing's set in stone. Now then, just before my son went back to school, I went to Costco with my nephew and my son because my nephew has a Costco card and he's put me on it now. It's great. And just for a nosy, I haven't been to Costco since my son was about 1, must have been 1 maybe. So yeah, over 10 years ago. And so it was really cool to go and have a nosy, and I did buy a few things. I bought this big bag of jacket potatoes, 5 kilograms for £3, and I thought, oh, that's amazing, and we'll get that, we'll have jacket potatoes and wedges and everything. And we have eaten a lot of them, but not as much as I thought we would. And so I have still got an absolute load here. and they're starting to sprout. Can you see that? And I know like we will carry on eating these, but once they start sprouting, I think, right, I need to sort them out, otherwise these are going to go and I'm going to lose it. I don't want to lose my food. I don't want to just chuck it. I've still got 15 here, and we have eaten probably about 15 already. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to prep these now and cook them and make them into jacket potatoes, and then I'm going to freeze them. So that means I've got 15 jacket potatoes already done in the freezer. These haven't gone to waste, I haven't chucked them in the bin, and this is something I tend to do a lot. I go through the fridge and I think, oh gosh, what's going out? And if, you know, like I said, the plan changes and I had planned to do a meal and then I don't do that meal, I don't want to waste that food and not use it and then just end up chucking it in the compost or in the bin. So I use it up and I make some lovely stuff with it. So yeah, today I am going to be saving. I'll just pick these eyes off. I give them a quick blast for 5 minutes in the microwave and chuck them in the air fryer. This one has started to go already, can you see that? So I just chopped it off, and that's still, I won't chuck that, that's still really good eating there. Don't waste any of it. Right, I am going to get on with these and whack them in the air fryer, and I will be back later. Change of plans slightly. I've got some smaller ones. What I'm going to do, I'm going to whack a couple in the slow cooker while I've got it out. I've just pricked them and I'm going to wrap them in tin foil and chuck them in there. Put them on high and they should be done in about 4 to 5 hours. Hopefully. Okay, I've got 3 in there. That's how small my slow cookers are, but I absolutely love them. And my dad has got a bigger one. If I ever need a bigger one, I can borrow his, and my brother and sister-in-law, I think I've got 2. Yeah, so right, get on with these potatoes. Oh my goodness, so something cropped up and needed my attention. I had some jobs to do, some errands to run and some post and orders to post. I needed to do that before 12 o'clock. So that's all done. So now it is 3:30 already. So I'm just finishing up the last 3 jacket potatoes, but oh, these have turned out gorgeous. Look at them. Okay, so I took the 3 jacket potatoes out of the middle one here because they've done nothing. They've done nothing. So I'll have to maybe research on, I don't know what I did wrong, maybe don't like it in here. But the pork is looking amazing. I've turned that on low now and I've still got the milk on high. So it's been in there now for 5 hours, so that's plenty. So what I need to do now is I need to let it cool for 2 hours. So if I put it on low, it'll keep it at the same temperature, I think. So I'll turn it off, and about 5:30 I will come back and do the next step. Okay, so it's been about 2 hours now, and the yogurt has cooled down, or the milk has cooled down. It says it needs to go about 110 degrees. But this is how I did it last time and it was great. So I had it on high for about 4 hours, then I turned it off, left it for 2 hours. Now the next step is you need some live bio yogurt, and that Smart Price as the Just Essential yogurt that I buy for 35p. I've got a little left in the fridge, so I am using that. Now then, the recipe is for every 2 litres of milk you need 100 millilitres of yogurt. So I've used just under a litre of milk, so I'm going to use about 50 millilitres, and I've got this is a 1/4 cup and it says 60 millilitres, so I didn't do it quite to the top. And you need to take this yogurt out the fridge and bring it up to room temperature, and then we're going to go in here, get some of this milk and pour it in the yogurt. and we're going to give it a stir. So you just want to mix the yoghurt in with the milk and give it a good stir. Back into the yoghurt. Pour it back into the milk. It's not quite yoghurt yet, is it? Right, we've put the lid back on, and the next thing we need to do is cover it. Now, I've got this thick bath sheet towel here that I'm going to put over the top of it, and apparently it needs to be somewhere dark for all those gorgeous good bacteria to get working and to turn it into yoghurt. Now then, you can leave this for 6 to 12 hours. So I'm going to check it just before I go to bed, because last time that was all it was needed, and I strained it and put it in the fridge and it was gorgeous. But yeah, we're going to see. Cover that in a towel and leave it. And I'm going to sort the pork out and show you. It smells so good. It is totally fallen apart. I just need to pull it out. Pull that off there. And we're going to put this fat in the air fryer now to see if I can crisp it up a bit. Oh, guys, this is just melting. It is just gorgeous. Wow. That's that little bit. Oh, that is so good. Oh, I'm just going to give some to the real critic. Oh yeah, he likes that a lot. I'm going to cook some of those part-baked rolls now. These jacket potatoes have gone cool enough now. I'm going to bag these up and stick them in the freezer. Yay! Oh, I love a cooking day. I love it. Slight change of plan. I'm not having applesauce and cheese. I'm having caramelised red onion. Smells so good. Oh yeah. Good choice. Good choice. So my son's got pulled pork and a bread roll, and I've done the same for my dad. And this, just hitting the spot so good. Oh, guys, that is beautiful. Perfect. Right, I'm going to eat this now, and then I will be back when the yogurt's done to show you what I do next with it. Okay, so it is 10:30 now, and I will be going to bed soon, but I just thought I'd come in and check the yogurt. And it's worked, yay! Oh, look how thick that is. Oh, so creamy. Let me bring you closer. It smells so good as well. But yeah, look at that. Look how thick it is already. Now then, because it's so late, what I'm going to do is just put this in the fridge like it is. And it is beautiful and thick, but I just like it that little bit thicker. So tomorrow I will strain it. I'm so chuffed. Woohoo, guys, we made yogurt. Morning guys, me again. So what we're going to do now is strain our yogurt. I've got my cheesecloth, I've got my sieve, I've got a bowl, and I fold it a few times. I think this is folded 4 times. This is quite thick already compared to that just essential yogurt I get from Asda, but I think that's because I've used full fat milk. I think because that's low fat yogurt, they've used either skimmed or semi-skimmed milk, so it makes it thinner. And the water started coming through already. That's great. You can leave it as long as you want. I'm going to check on it in about half an hour and see how it's doing. And in the meantime, I'm going to have a nice cup of tea and wake up. I've got the Airbnb to clean today, but they're not leaving till midday, so it's been nice. I've had a bit of a lie-in this morning and we're having a nice chilled out lazy morning before we go to work. So I will be back in a bit when the yogurt's done. Okay, so the yogurt's been straining for about half an hour now, and there's so much water come out of it, or whey, should I say. I don't think you can see it, but it's completely clear, and that's what you want. If it's kind of a little bit murky, you know there's like yogurt getting through as well. And if it's just completely white, then you need to double up your muslin again and just restrain it. But this is so gorgeous and thick now. So this is what we're having for breakfast. I've just got some mandarin pieces here. I have this in the yogurt. We have peaches, blueberries, whatever we fancy. And then I just drizzle a bit of honey on top of it. Oops. And then we're just having it with some sweet potato toast, which is just strips of sweet potato cut thinly, and then I cook it in the air fryer. And then just before it's done, I add a little bit of butter and some rock salt to it, and it's perfect. And look at that for a great breakfast, and it looked lovely. Sweet potato toast with homemade yogurt, mandarin pieces and honey. Oh, this should keep us going now and help us clean that Airbnb. So my son is eating his now, so I'm just going to give this a go. That is so good. Oh wow, so creamy. Oh yeah, beautiful. Hot. Beautiful. Yeah, really nice. So if you want to give yogurt a try, give it a go. I had whole full fat milk on high in my slow cooker for about 4 to 5 hours. Then I switched it off, let it cool for 2 hours. Then I mixed some of the warm milk with a live yogurt that I had in the fridge already. And for every 1 litre of milk, you need about 50 millilitres of yogurt. You don't need loads. So now with this batch, before I make the next lot, I will keep some yogurt back so I can keep it going like that. Then after you've mixed the yogurt back in with your warm milk, put the lid back on and cover it with a real thick towel. You want it really dark, or whatever fabric you've got to put over it to make it really dark. And it said leave it for 6 to 12 hours, and mine was done within 6 hours. And then I just put it in a bowl and put it in the fridge, and then I've strained it this morning to get it even thicker. And I've left it in the strainer now, and I'll just leave it in there. I'll put it back in the fridge and I will just leave it to strain. and it will get thicker and thicker. Gorgeous. Right, I am going to go and eat this now, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give my video a thumbs up, and I will see you soon. Bye.